Hi Stampers, this is Amy Whalen. Thanks so much for joining me today at amy'sinklings.com. Today I wanted to show you how to make this triangle trifold card, and if you take the belly band off, it has a surprise on the inside. So I'm going to show you how to make this, so come join me. Okay, we're going to start with a piece of Whisper White cardstock that measures 12 inches across and 4 inches down. And we're going to score it 4 times. Let me get my trimmer, my paper trimmer in here. We're going to score it at 4 inches and at 8 inches. Now the next thing that we need to do is, this is the top of that first score line. I'm going to line that up into the alley of the cutter, for lack of a better description. And there's the bottom corner here, and it's lining up in that little alley too. And I'm going to score it. Then I'm going to slide my paper over. I need to score this from the top of this corner to the bottom of that score line, and I'm doing it in the same direction as that first diagonal. And I'll score that. Okay. So we can fold it. And this one goes here. Now here are the diagonals. This first one comes down. This one goes up. And now that's how the card opens. Now we're going to use DSP. This is Into the Woods. It's lovely. This measures 3 3/4 of an inch by 3 3/4 of an inch. And if you look back on my sample, it shows you I need to cut it from this corner to that corner. So I'll bring in my trimmer, and I'm going to put that corner to that corner. And we'll slice it. And there you have the 2 pieces. Okay. We can go ahead and start putting that together. I'll use a little bit of my Tombow glue. Isn't that pretty? I love this paper. Sometimes I have such a love affair with our papers that I don't want to use them because then I won't have them anymore. It really is an illness for a paper crafter to have. I need to get over that. It's kind of like if you're one of those people that cook a lot and then you freeze your meals so that you'll have a quick meal if you need it, then you don't want to use it because then you won't have it in the freezer anymore. Is it just me? I don't know, maybe so. Alright, so that completes that portion of it. Now you'll notice on this one that I made my husband, oop, it's upside down. There's the hubs, that's Kevin. Alright, because the band said grateful for you, I decided to make this one for him. And I included pictures of us from a recent vacation. But I'm going to show you how instead you can actually just stamp on this instead. And that's when I'm going to bring in the Crazy About You stamp set. I think this image here goes really well with the DSP. So we're going to stamp that with Tip Top Taupe. Now although Tip Top Taupe is not one of the browns that are in the DSP, I still like that color with it. Alright, so I'm going to use some sticky notes to mask this off because I want to ink up my stamp. And let's see, I'll do it like that. Kind of off the page a little bit. And then we'll do the same over here. I didn't really need the sticky note there as a mask, but I will on this side. Tip Top Taupe again, and we'll stamp that there. And the stamping is done. Okay, there we go. Now all we have to do now is the belly band. So I have a piece of Tangelo Twist cardstock, and this measures 9 inches by 3/4 of an inch. And what I have found with belly bands is it it's more effective, I think, to just fold it on your card as opposed to trying to score it. So let me get this down that way. That would probably be better. And then I'm just going to fold it over. You want your belly band to be snug, but you don't want it so snug that it doesn't come off. And that's why I found that just folding it over a project like this instead of scoring it beforehand is better. And now that you have folded it where it needs to go, then you can burnish it. So we'll use a little bit more of the Tombow glue to seal that up. And then the last thing we need to do is to stamp it. And I'm going to show you how to make this really cool starburst. So I'll put this aside for a little bit. We're going to take a piece of Old Olive cardstock. Old Olive is, in fact, in the DSP. And I'm going to stamp, or rather punch this with the 1 3/4 inch scallop punch. Okay. Now you're probably wondering, wait a minute, you had a starburst. And this is how you do a starburst with this punch. Take a sticky note back out. Stick this to the sticky part because we're going to put it back into the punch. And you fiddle with it until these little points fall right in the middle of those scallops. You punch again, and you end up with your scallop instead of, or rather the starburst instead of the scallop. Now we're going to take the 1 3/8 of an inch circle punch. I'm going to punch out Daffodil Delight. And then I'm going to, take a piece of Whisper White cardstock and Early Espresso. This is the greeting from the A Little Something stamp set. More often than not, when I stamp this, I stamp it upside down and I got a sticky note stuck to me. Okay, so we'll go ahead, stamp that. I'll punch that out with the 1 1/4 of an inch circle punch. We're going to put this all together and then we're going to be done. So, I'll put a little bit of Tombow to attach that. Okay, a little bit of Tombow to attach this one right in the center. Okay, oopsies. There we go. There we go. And then, instead of putting glue on the back of this and putting it onto the belly band, I want to make sure I don't get excess glue on the DSP. So I'm putting glue on the belly band itself. Putting that down. And there we have it. So, again, this is called the Triangle Trifold card. Isn't that lovely to make? It's so much fun. If you don't have a Stampin' Up! Consultant at the moment, I would love to be that for you. I could send you some catalogs and help you acquire your Stampin' Up! Products. You can actually shop now. My online store is at amy'sinklings.com. Or if you need assistance, you can reach out to me at amy'sinklings@gmail.com. I always love to hear from you. Thanks again for joining me at Amy's Inklings. Bye-bye.